So I guess you probably wonder what happens in between these when I actually don't get on planes and stuff. We hang out with ginormous rhinoceroses who like to eat lollies. And then we also like to head out, and he's really hungry, talk to a bunch of screaming fans. And you're about to see exactly what that is. Pick it up with MJ. Let's do this. Come on, Rexy boy. There's always got to be a video first, which, you know, happens. But you're about to witness, when you have this amount of people that you've got to talk in front of, how I like to spend my time in between travelling on planes. So, hedge your guess and get these people excited, which I think they are. Alright, Hobart, I can hear some noisy people. Who wants to win some prizes from Rex? I said, who wants to win some prizes from Rex? Now, you probably noticed these bags of lollies that he's throwing. They might be a little bit coming into the library. I see he's put a few of them in his mouth and getting them nice and ready for you. But if you make some noise, you come over to your section. And we've also got our lovely lady volunteers who are also giving some out at the same time. The louder you get, the more lollies you will get. Because Rex likes it when you get loud. We've got some lovely loud people over in this box over here, Rex. He's too busy paying attention to some fantastic people over here. You guys are really testing those vocal cords out, and I really think that if you get that loud in the last quarter, you're going to get the Chargers over the line. What do you think? I think you need to be a little bit louder. Rex isn't happy enough for that. Let's get louder, Hobart. Come on. Fantastic. Keep that up into the last quarter. We are so close to keeping this home court advantage undefeated, and with that amount of noise, it will continue. Let's go Chargers in the last quarter. It's that simple, apparently. Now, make sure that's turned off. And hanging out with the man Rex really keeps things getting fancy. But that's what we do. That's how we maintain that gap in between going on planes and apparently traveling around the world. Having said that, you have more fun when we're going around the world and traveling, and especially trying to create that legacy. So with that in mind, Rex will walk off, the game will continue, and let's get this movie piece underway.
I'm crying from laughter. As you can see, this trip is just so emotional. I can't take this anymore.
This is New York, and this is the Brink Unleashed 2, and we're here. I think it's safe to assume that we could be in a little bit of danger right now. Now, I'm sorry, I think you're bullshitting a little bit, because I saw you in the car this morning, and I saw how you were when you got competitive.
Well, the chips were good. But I don't know. Anyway.
I don't really know what else to say. The tomato continues to move on ventures forward. You're never going to forget you just lost that, are you?
I'm headed for the border. It's on my mind, and nothing really matters. I got to be your time, and nothing gonna stop me. Ain't no stopping, go. I'm speeding on the middle way. I gotta really burn this road. You just speeding on the freeway, gotta get leaving. Going it on the highway, gotta have it my way. Mine is like a copy.
fourth time in 18 months, we're back to bring you another Brink Unleashed film, the 8th in the franchise, and once again we're adding another exciting chapter to the series that you've grown to love. This time it once again stars me, Ben Waterworth, the guy that you have been stuck with in every single one of these films so far, and in mid-2017 I once again hit the road to venture over the Pacific Ocean to my favouriteest place in the whole world, North America. This time taking in a variety of new places, as well as familiar stops that we have visited in the past. This time it was about setting up a legacy, something that would remain etched in history forever and set myself up for further adventures in the future. What has happened since the last film, I hear you ask? Well, considering it's only been 5 months since Brink Unleashed 6 and 2 since Brink Unleashed 6.5, not a whole lot. Just keeping myself occupied by driving, attending football matches, lining up to catch buses, going to the gym, hosting radio with 15-year-olds, and even somehow managing to sing.
Drive around, everywhere you see them hopping, they're bouncing up and down the streets. You try to avoid them everywhere you go, but you can't help but hit them and knock them off their feet. When all else fails and you hit one of them, guts and entrails go everywhere. But don't worry yourself because there's lots of them, so don't pull out your hair cause there's so many wallabies, yeah. Let your car hit them on the highway, splat, splat, splat.
But you're not here to watch my life in between adventures. You're here to watch my life on an adventure. And the first point of call was Los Angeles, a city I would be visiting for the 4th time, having ventured there during the Brink Unleashed 2, 5 and 6. The trip this time, however, would be an immediate one. As for the first time, I wouldn't spend the night in the mainland city before venturing to the States, and instead wake up nice and early in Hobart to fly to Melbourne, where I would quickly board a plane to LA, a United flight, and given their track record recently, hopefully remain on the flight and not get dragged off. My time in LA this time around would be to attend the finale of the 34th season of Survivor, something that had been a dream of mine for as long as I had watched the show. And with such a long day of travelling ahead of me, it was right into the thick of things as I prepared to get on the plane for my adventure to begin.
Welcome everybody to the Brink Unleashed 7. I've already kind of welcomed you to it, but this is the first one actually on the road. We're in Melbourne, hello. We're here for a good hour and a half pretty much. And I'm already starting to say we, when there's no such thing as we right now. It's just me. But we have a good 14-hour flight ahead of us and ahead of me. And it's always going to be a fun time. But no delays, touch wood right now. We're on track to getting on the flight. I really need to stop saying we. Really got to stop saying that. I guess some news in the meantime is that didn't get tickets to the Survivor finale, which kind of is a bummer, but there are other events and everything around it, so we've still got like a possible hope that maybe we can somehow land a ticket somewhere, but we'll see what happens. But it is time to find, I'm going to go to the international terminal, ticket desk. I'm going to work out what the hell I'm doing here. Let's find out what I'm doing and let's get on a plane and let's go to LA.
I worked out what I was doing and got on that plane to LA, where after 14 hours and a bit of fun hanging around the airport, it was out to my Airbnb, a quick shower, and then meeting up with my Survivor mother, or grandmother, Gillian Larson from Survivor Gabon.
Because you're going to get all that traffic noise.
It's Gillian. She wants to... Oh, well, I thought we could do a bit of... hang on a minute.
Of the noise, yeah, you're welcome to.
I've been directed. Hi. We have made it further. You know, I've got to stop saying we. It's just me, but then we have a
Now
we.
we are a we.
Welcome back to the Brink Unleashed, the one, the only, the mother of Survivor Oz, which doesn't exist anymore. Sorry, you lost one of your children, Gillian.
No.
Gillian Larson, extraordinaire, Survivor Gabon contestant, and my American mother. Let's just be honest. How are you, Gillian?
I'm awesome, thank you very much. Good to have you back here, son.
It's good to have you back. We'll be back. We've managed to
Gillian's checked into her Motel 6. I've had a shower. I feel refreshed. Got into my Airbnb. Got a free upgrade. Apparently, there was nobody staying in the room. I was meant to be on a couch, but the guy's just like, hey, cool. Have the room free of charge. Sweet. So we are now off to the Hilton Universal. What is it? The Hilton
Universal.
Hilton Universal. We are going to basically be groupies, are we not? Just hang in the lobby
That's
and
the word.
wait for it. Now this is a regular, so this is what all the fans do every
This is what the
season.
fans do. They hang in the lobby, and I go to tell them about reality rally dates for next year, which is first weekend of May, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Check it
May
out.
2018. Check it all out.
Check it all out. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing how this works. And then this is something that obviously I've heard a lot of the fans talking about, that they do this. So this is kind of going to be fun to do this and get to meet some of these people. Obviously, as we've mentioned, sadly, didn't get a ticket to the taping tomorrow night, but we're still going to be checking this out. We've got party tonight. We've got parties tomorrow night. We're still going to hang out with these people. And hopefully that will mean then that I can do some little interviews with them through here, which can translate across to audio as well. But I'm looking forward to this, Gillian. This is going to be fun. And actually, Gillian just gave me some great advice. I'm trying not to distract her too much here while she looks very busily trying to work out how
I just wanted to
to...
make sure I didn't miss the road.
in the fact that I'll be driving in about 2 weeks. Never driven here in America
If I was
before.
brave enough, I would let you drive now.
No, I wouldn't let me drive right now, because I don't want to drive on a road like this at the present time.
Got it.
I'm kind of hoping that the highways in Pennsylvania aren't quite as bad as
Well,
the California
LA
ones.
is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Took me 4 hours to do a 2-hour trip this morning.
But she gave me the great advice of keeping the middle lines on the driver's side of your car, so I don't go into oncoming traffic, essentially. I'll just wear this t-shirt and point to the flag and be like, look, Australian, it's not my fault, I'm Australian. That doesn't really pay too well, so I sadly would be able to pop it more. But anyway.
She would have crashed.
Yeah. So let's go hang out with these Survivor folk and the fans as well. There are some of these super fans that I've never met, which is going to be interesting. And we're on day one. We're here. Let's do this.
And do this we did. From there, it was a whole day of hanging out with and meeting a variety of Survivor contestants, both current ones from the Game Changers season as well as past players from other seasons. I managed to get a variety of videos and autographs before heading out later into downtown LA for an evening party, which we basically left from as soon as we got there due to, well, a variety of reasons.
That was a very quick appearance at the after party, Gilly.
That's because we got lost. Spent half our night driving around LA.
And it's now on midnight.
Yep.
So, thank
Yeah,
you.
done. Thank
Cheers, you too. I just wanted to actually look at this. Look at this. Hang on. They've actually kind of sort of got us on the map there anyway. But yeah, this is after parties in LA. You just kind of rock up, go cool, awesome.
Then we got lost upstairs too.
We did. We ended up. Lucky we didn't go up that roof bit. So we'd probably be stuck outside.
Yeah. When I saw the thing saying locked, you can't get back in.
Well, that's what I was worried, of course. Yeah, you
Nope.
saw that. But I can officially say right now, I'm in downtown LA. I've never been to downtown
Yeah,
LA.
look at the buildings right
And
above
one
us.
of my favourite buildings, which I'm going to pan up to, is the US Bank Tower, which is just up there. And they've actually started doing an observation deck, which they've never had before until only about a year ago. They've actually got a glass slide you can go down
Oh,
on.
that's it? Oh, I
But no,
heard
there is
about
actually an
that.
observation deck too.
We
But
had to close that after a while. Something happened. Somebody had
Well-
an accident on it.
wouldn't surprise me. But no, I was going to go up there last year, but I never ended up making my way because I was sort of staying a little bit out of town. But let's pan around. Actually, I'm going to be in the video here. You see
it is.
that US Bank Tower. Now, if you're wondering what that building is, let's take a look at a scene from the 1996 movie Independence Day, when the alien spaceships arrived and blew it up.
What it was?
It was that building.
Oh, it was.
That was a US Bank Tower.
Like my husband, he knows every scene from every movie.
Independence Day is a great film.
And I normally fall asleep in movies, so I never remember anything.
The sequel to Independence Day was shit. I don't think we came up that one. I think we came up this one over here. See, look, I know downtown LA. I'm like a local. It's been a fun day, Gillian. It's been a long day.
Yeah, sorry about being so lost.
It's all right.
It's all right. You had a nice tour.
I think I counted like 42 survivors I met today. Crazy.
Good for you.
Crazy. But,
Well,
yeah.
this was a perfect one for you to come to because there were so many of the previous seasons.
Well, it's just a shame we couldn't get tickets to the actual finale. But, look, we might prepare for a musical tomorrow.
But that's why I come to the hotel on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because that's when you meet everybody. At
And
the
we did that.
parties, it's just noisy. You can't hear. Everybody's shouting.
And we did that. We did that today. Let's spin around one more time. US Bank Tower. Look at that.
Wow.
It's downtown LA, folks. It's day one. Brink Unleashed 7. Let's move this bad boy along.
The next day, it was all about hope. The hope that I could somehow find my way into the finale. And after an early morning breakfast and some more meetups with some former contestants, a simple message on Facebook gave me that much needed hope.
Good afternoon. Just an update. Friend possibly has got a ticket for me for the finale. Basically, it's he has the ticket and he can't make it, so he said I can have it. But the problem is, I've got to see if they can transfer it into my name. So we're here at CBS Studios. Can you see that? Sort of, not really. And we're just basically waiting to see if they will allow me to transfer it. So I'm having to take my phone back to Gillian's car, because we're not allowed to take any phones into the studio. And basically, we're going to cross those fingers and hope that I get in. So this will be the last you see of me, and hopefully next time you talk to me, it would have been after watching Survivor. So peace out. Good luck, Ben.
The luck worked, as with thanks to the awesome people at Seat Fillers, I was in, and I got to witness my first ever live finale of Survivor in person. It was an amazing experience, as I was witness to Sarah Lucina being crowned the sole survivor of season 34. After the buzz that was being in the audience, it was back to the Universal Hilton for the first after party, to which I was witness to even more former contestants and conducted more interviews, before venturing back into downtown LA for the official after party. There it was a night of even more shenanigans and meetups, including a couple of familiar faces and some new ones along the way. It was a very long day, but a day that was definitely worth it, as my very brief time in LA drew to a close on day 2.
From the Airbnb here in Los Angeles, let's take a bit of a spin around. You probably just saw me with no pants on in the mirror. What a way to end day 2. This has been an insane 2 days here in LA. I think I'm up to about 70 maybe that I met in the last 2 days. It's a rough guess. In terms of contestants from Survivor, it was mental. And I just want to hold this up again. I don't know if we saw that properly. Survivor finale, audience, game changers. To get in, as I said in that video with Gillian before, Chris Connors, Connor, not even us, Chris Connor, you are a legend. But don't have to get up as early tomorrow, which is good. Shower wasn't working this morning, but the guy just showed me how to use it, so that'll be good for tomorrow. Don't have to just use Gillian's shower, but we're down south, San Diego way, Carlsbad particularly, and it's Purple Kelly for the next week, so very much looking forward to it. Looks as though there will be a slight change in itinerary. We're just going to confirm that tomorrow, but we'll announce that once it's locked in. So it's been a crazy, crazy couple of days in LA. You're going to hear me talk about it more tomorrow, probably in the car with Gillian. But wow, just wow.
It was on the road for day 3, and I ventured south with Gillian down to San Diego, where my next 7 days would be spent with the amazingly awesome Kelly Purple Shin from Survivor Nicaragua, and of course the Brink Unleashed 5. After the 2-hour drive down south, which involved a variety of fun, recording and food stops, it was time to get settled into Kelly's house, which soon actually turned into the Shenanigans residence as well, given their last name is Shin, and well, it was fun. Yeah, I'm sure you got it. Let's see what I mean.
Welcome to Carlsbad, California. That was good. What was wrong with that? Kentucky. Stop saying I'm from Kentucky. Like, what? We're going to introduce people in the video. Who's this?
Hi.
Who's this? Who is this person and why is she in this car? It's Kelly Shin, everybody. Purple Kelly. Purple Kelly. The amazingly beautiful, awesome Purple Kelly.
With my Australian from Kansas.
I'm from the Australian from Kansas. Okay? Socceroos, Kansas roos, apparently. And in the back, we have the parental units. Do I just call you Mr. and Mrs. Shin?
Hello.
Is that appropriate, or do I have full naming rights? Mr. and Mrs. Shin, or
Lee and Dave.
Lee and Dave?
Mama Dave.
Mum and Dad. We have Mum and Dad in the
Mama
background.
Lee.
Mama Lee.
I don't know who he is.
Now look, I've obviously met Dave as I walked off a plane in Phoenix for like, what, 5 minutes?
Oh, that's right.
You stood there in your pilot's uniform waving at me. I'm like, oh, a pilot's waving at me. What have I done? And then, Kelly's literally like, oh, my dad's there, and selfie straight away. I didn't get a video. And Lee, I've interviewed over Skype before when I've interviewed Kelly before. I think that was that not the episode where Russell Hance was trying to
Oh my God, Russell kept saying pennies.
Yep, that's right.
Russell Hance is always trying to whatever.
Now, okay, right now on camera, can Russell Hance marry Kelly?
No, he's still too old. He thinks that Kelly is older because she had a birthday, but he's also a year older. He's too old. And you may tell Russell Hance that.
Hi Russell, if you want, you're not, but in case one day you stumble across this. But you're going to see a lot.
Actually, we should just send this in.
Hi Russell. This is the Shin family clan, and we're in the Shin family Jeep, and we're going to the Shin family Mexican restaurant. Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Is that literally named after your family?
Yeah.
I'm making stuff up. Unless there really is a Shin family restaurant, I wouldn't have a clue. But
That's the Asian restaurant where they sell the dog meat.
Yum.
They do
Yum.
it now for free, $5 more.
Don't get me started doing an Asian accent, alright? I've already get in trouble for being racist on podcast episodes in the past. Let's go there. We're going to see a lot of these lovely people in the next 7 days because they have to put up with me for 7 days. Why are they doing that? You can actually, let's spin around and see the water. That's the beach. Look, if you keep going that way, you can see Australia. There it is. All the way out there. No, okay.
Hello, Australia.
See, look at that. They're even saying hello. It's a beautiful place. You're going to see a lot of it. We've got beautiful people, beautiful company, beautiful food. Apparently they're saying beautiful a lot.
Ah, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Woo!
All right. It's getting exciting. Watch Kelly's driving skills.
You almost hit that person.
Let's go.
Driving skills aside, the night was spent eating, drinking and driving. Not of course in the illegal sense, but for the day drew to a close. The next day turned out to be a fairly relaxing one, as I spent the day with the parental shins at Costco and driving before drawing the day to a close with an epic big meal. With that day over, it was weekend time. Starting in the best possible way, of course, in recording a podcast, before spending a beautiful Californian day out and about drinking, eating and enjoying the sun.
This shot me take just for no reason. 6 shot make me almost forget, but the whole damn week me get a beating. Sometimes in all my life I just wanna all the vibes and burn me marijuana. I tell you, me ready to go turn it up. Give me the rum with the chaser. I got some crisp, me want to roll it up, but me forget the vibe paper. This life's going down in history. Nobody can come back shit to me. Cause all me need is some girls and weed and a little bit of liquor, and me dogs were close to me. It's the good life. It's the good life. End of the month come the rent not pay, but fuck it. Tell the boss for coming in today, me ducking. Cause the party a shot and me nah leave. And me have a hot girl a fresh around me. Cause anyway the good vibes there, me love it. Music off in me life, but nothing above it. And my life will live so me want me. Move to my own big. Sometimes in a
Favorite song?
Have I heard a new Justin Bieber song, Kelly? I don't know. Oh. Can we just see this? It's a bit Latin, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my version of a Latin song. It is.
That song right now.
Listen, Kelvin Harris. We're chilling to the very apparently romantic sunset.
Yeah.
I mean, that is pretty nice. Like, let's be honest.
Sailboat in the distance.
Actually, I think I need to photograph that shit.
Look at those people that think they're in love right there.
He's gonna propose. That guy's gonna propose.
Oh.
That guy is gonna propose right there. Look at him. He's so gonna propose. Look at him talking to her. They're so in love. Oh, it's full of shit.
Bad decisions.
She's gonna break your heart, mate. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's always the same. Just listen to Calvin Harris and drink vodka Red Bulls on the beach.
With a spectacular sunrise closing out a spectacular day 5, it was then time to continue the weekend with an early start to day 6. An early start that involved getting up early to watch Sebastian Vettel win the Monaco Grand Prix, as well as watching the opening stages of the 2017 Indianapolis 500. From there, Kelly and I hit the road, recording some fun stuff along the way before picking up her friend Ryan for a fun-filled day of sun, surf, and lots and lots and lots and lots of drinks.
So, we did make it to Baja, what is it?
Baja Beach Cafe.
Thank you. Been here before. Kelly, meet Ryan. Hello. Say hello to Australia, Ryan.
Hi, Australia.
Now look, you guys are sharing this fantastic...
We're lady and the tramping over here.
Yeah. Well, I'm lady and tramping solo on the sides of this damn thing. You're just stereotypical Australian, you think I'm drunk, so you're just going to give me like the alcohol that goes with it. But we finally found a park. How did it feel to like take 3 hours to find a
It
park?
felt really good.
Yeah.
This was a journey.
Yeah. So we're just going to chill and do our thing and drink and
Have a great day.
have a great day.
Party hard.
Thank you, Rob.
And probably get redder as well. So
It's motto.
Cheers.
cheers.
The drinks continued into the night as the spectacular beach setting made the day even more memorable, even if that brought about a fairly unsanitary end to the day involving a McDonald's bag and vomiting. Day 7, however, would be another day to remember, as it was back in the car with Kelly to get Ryan for a day at the baseball, as we were witness then to the San Diego Padres taking on the reigning World Series champions, the Chicago Cubs. And in what would be my only second ever taste of baseball, it turned out to be one fun and exciting day. Padres would go on to win the game 5-2, and after the celebrations it was time to hit downtown San Diego for a fun night of eating, more drinking, and more fun along the way that all closed in a familiar sounding chant.
He wants to do a nipple.
Nipple.
This is Sean.
You know what the nipple is?
I know what a nipple is. What's he actually doing to me now? I've got man boobs, like what the fuck? I was gonna get you
Lighten
to...
those things up.
That's not your job. I was gonna get you to the Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Can you do that? You know the Aussie, oi, oi?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go, Aussie, and you're all gonna go, oi, oi, oi.
Okay. No?
You know the Aussie, oi, oi, oi. You've been to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the Aussie, oi, oi, oi chant is?
I'm only 22.
How old are you now? Like 23?
29.
Oh, bullshit.
30 next year.
I turned 30 like 2 months ago.
I mean, I've heard it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Aussie, and you all reply with
oi, oi, oi.
We say, oi, 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 like a bunch of skinheads?
And then I say, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. And then you go, oi, oi, oi. Then I go, Aussie, you go, oi, Aussie, oi, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oh, what? Yeah, I like that.
Follow my name. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
When I say, okay.
I got it.
Okay, whenever I say it 3 times, you reply with 3 times. If I say it once, you reply once. Simple. Okay. I say Aussie, 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 you go oi, oi, oi. Every time I say Aussie, you reply with the word oi. Are we ready? I'm ready, let's go. You're boring? Okay. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Aussie. Oi. Aussie. Oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Australian, everyone is Australian. Get fucked. Fucking Australia. Australia. As we would say, Australia cunt.
Cunt's my favorite word. I love it.
Cut that shit.
The next 2 days would be a very relaxing 2 days, as Kelly and I chilled, hung out, and ventured out to a variety of spots in San Diego, as well as tasting a variety of different cuisines along the way. And as my time on the West Coast drew to a close, there was one last opportunity to farewell Kelly and the Shin Clan before moving on to my next destination.
It is the morning of Cody being happy.
Woo! We're all happy.
They're happy because they're getting rid of me! Woo! Where's Lee gone? There she is. Whoa. Cody's destroying stuff. It's like 7:30 on whatever day it is. 10, 9, 8, 7, whatever.
1st of June.
1st of June.
First.
It is officially winter.
Or officially summer.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
no, it's our first day of summer. It doesn't look like summer out.
Let's see what summer looks like in California. You ready?
What made gray?
Somehow summer in California looks a little bit different to what I imagined it would. But I apparently have angel wings. Is that what you're referring to it?
Want to hear the
Let's see Lee. Let's Lee. Look at her. Look at her nice bright and
that off?
And Kelly is...
See how he is?
Could be run friends.
Mustache.
Mustache. Kelly, do you want to crack?
No, I'm just proud you have a suntan and I don't judge.
He has a pink. He's not tan, he's pink.
I can't wait to meet all these great Survivor people looking like this.
Just keep it moist.
You want some blush?
Do I want some blush? I don't need the blush. I think I'm red enough.
Tanner? Huh?
Some tanner.
Yeah, just exfoliate.
Exfoliate. This is what guys don't do. Thank you, everybody, for your hospitality in the last 7 days.
You are
Welcome.
welcome.
I appreciate it. It's been fun. Thank you, Cody. For...
Cody!
And I thank Rusty, but he's gone.
Yeah.
He's headed for the hill.
He's gone there.
He gets his room back, his bed back.
Everybody does. Hey!
Gosh.
So this is farewell to the California, and I've left them a variety of goodies behind. You excited for these caramelized koalas?
Yeah, we'll videotape ourselves while we eat
I have
it.
to learn to say it.
Say it. Give us a go.
Caramel koalas.
Caramel koala bears.
No, you can't. That's racist against Australian.
Racist.
I don't know. Say farewell to the shins.
Farewell to the shins, motherfucker! Woo! What?
I got Kelly into trouble. On that note, let's get ourselves into trouble.
Bye, Felicia!
That trouble involved getting on a plane and heading east to the next city on the schedule of Cincinnati in Ohio, in what would be my very first visit to that state. A day filled with travelling ended up taking a little bit longer than expected, as my supposed brief stopover in New York turned out to be a bit of a long one after our plane got turned back to the terminal with a weird smell. After the smell was cleared, and no, it wasn't from my ass before you ask me, it was then finally time to land in Cincinnati, which technically was in Kentucky, but then in Ohio. It's hard to explain. Anyway, the next morning was soon upon us, and it was time to head out to the very first event of the reason why I was in Cincinnati for the 2017 Reality for Diabetes charity event, an annual event that helps raise funds for diabetes research, with countless reality stars attending a variety of events over several days. The first day was filled with meeting and interviewing the stars, bars, as well as bowling, rope climb, and driving with some wet willies thrown in for good measure. It was then a nighttime feast involving autograph sessions, volleyball, and another chance to get some Americans to do a familiar chant.
We have the whole gang here. We're going to start a chant to show how much reality stars love Australia. Ready? Hang on, Dad Foley, you little Aussie. 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 Yeah, give us a cheer. They're up.
Day 12 saw an early start as I ventured out to the Kings Island amusement park for a charity walk that saw thousands of participants walk through the park to show solidarity for juvenile diabetes research, as well as spending the day eating and enjoying the spectacular facility with some spectacular people.
I'm so into you, I can barely breathe. And all I wanna do is to fall in deep. But close ain't close enough till we cross the line. So name a game to play and the roll of dice. Oh baby, look what you started. The temperature's rising and here is this gonna happen. Been waiting for you to make a move. Before I make a move. So baby, come light me up and maybe I'll let you on it. A little bit dangerous, but baby that's how I want it. A little less conversation and a little more touch my body. 'Cause I'm so into you.
Video because we're just pulling into the hotel. We've got Skinny Mike, I'm not calling him Big Mike.
Little Mike's fine or skinny.
Little Miss Jerry Manthe in the background there.
Hello.
How's it going, Jerry?
Hello.
You're falling asleep.
I'm delirious.
You was-
I haven't gone to sleep yet.
Alright, we're going to get, I think, like 2 hours sleep and then we're going to this dinner thing. But just thought I'd do a quick little video because we've arrived and that was a really best video of this entire trip, people. Amazing. We're going to chat to Jerry later when she wakes up, and you and I are going to do a proper video too, I feel. We haven't actually done.
We can do one in here to kill time so I don't have to read all this Stephen King books, yeah. I'm always
Deal.
good for
Well,
interviews.
I'm going to go inside.
Go get sleep, Jerry. We'll chat to you later.
After the rest that was had, it was then out to the Scene 75 Entertainment Centre for yet another night of autographs, dinner, speeches and interviews, as well as adding a bit of alcohol to the mix. And, well, I do maybe just mean a bit, or a lot. You be the judge.
3 times. I had no idea.
This is Jerry.
I was so far away from it.
Oh, yeah.
Get Jerry.
Jerry, you're both going to get in my.
Jerry's
both
better.
get in my video.
Get Jerry.
I want to
Yeah.
send a message to my 13-year-old self. Okay. I discovered Survivor as a 13-year-old, and this guy was on it. Jervis was my favourite. I love Jervis, but Joel was kind of
Never
okay.
heard of him.
Yeah, who's Jervis? And then Australian Outback came on, and this is like my huge fandom, and I still hold Australian Outback as like top 4 season. Jerry was 4. I'm critical. Although, okay, my favourite season is still a Jerry season, All Stars. Although you don't like All Stars.
It was tough. It was a tough one. Yeah.
So this is kind of like a diary to my 13-year-old and 14-year-old self. That I'm sitting here right now in a bar drinking vodka Red Bulls with Jerry Manthe and Joel Klug. Can I just point that out to myself as like a 13-year-old fanboy? I didn't even ever want to start a podcast. It happened. I interviewed these guys and now somehow I'm drinking alcohol with them. How does this happen?
No, there's no alcohol in this. These are non-alcoholic.
Is it non-alcoholic? Good. Mine too.
I just wanted to point that out. I wanted to video document this. I love this woman. She's the reason I came to this event. I told you this before. Don't act shocked. You love it. You love it. And Joel, you're awesome too. And he got engaged like 2 days ago.
I know. Was it only 2 days ago?
3 days ago.
Wow.
It was a private thing.
It was a private thing, as was the rest of the night, which still involved some more drinks and some extremely failed attempts at picking up a local bartender.
Good morning, Ethan. What's up? I think we're day 13. I can't really remember.
that I really remember a whole lot from the last 12 or so hours. Big night, end up turning, Ethan was like, I'm done, I want to go back. I have to give him props for hanging out, and we went to a bar afterwards, and at least this time around when I start chatting to a bartender, barmaid, whatever, fuck, I don't know what you call them over here. At least this time around, I actually got a number, and at least this time around, we went out afterwards. So while I was probably slightly used a bit, I feel like there was a little bit less using involved as there was in San Diego. Let's go for that.
I tried to tell you.
You tried to what?
Tried to tell you.
It wasn't all bad though, right?
Yeah.
It was. Fuck you. I'm an Australian here for like one night extra, and it was just like, what did I have to lose? Exactly. He knows I'm right. So we're travelling down into Cincinnati. I've got to catch a bus in like an hour. I was dead to the world this morning. Got in at what, like 2:30, 3 o'clock last night, and just couldn't get into the Airbnb properly. Basically finally got in and then just ripped the pants off and jumped on the bed and just passed out. And then this morning, it's funny actually, because when I woke up, so I didn't set an alarm or anything this morning. And then when I woke up and I look at my phone, because I never have my phone on loud, it's always on silent, and I look and I see a message from you, and you're like, hey, what's the deal today? And I was going to be like, oh yeah, I'll get up at about 9. And then I realised, I'm like, holy fuck, it is 9. So I was like, give me another hour. Yeah, it's a slow start, but I've still got 7 hours to get on a bus to Pittsburgh, which, I mean, let's be honest, I don't even know if the one reason I'm going to Pittsburgh for is actually happening, so I might just have 2 very lazy, pointless days coming up in Pittsburgh. I don't know. Maybe it's good to save the money. I spent a shitload last night. I looked at those fucking receipts in my pocket, I'm like, holy fuck. I didn't even get a kiss out of it at the end. Well, I did, but not from the right person. Anyway. Ethan, thank you. It's been a fun couple of days. I appreciate your hospitality. No problem. And I very much appreciate last night you sticking around. Thank you very much. When you come to Australia, you know I'll return the favour. But yeah, let's go get the bus and let's go have a Pittsburgher with a lot.
What sounded like a pretty simple day of bus travel actually turned out to be a nightmare, as the 7 hours I just mentioned soon turned into close to 24 hours, with delay after delay after delay seeing me eventually find my way to Cleveland before making my way to Pittsburgh and arriving at 5 a.m. The reason for visiting the Steel City? To apparently visit my friend Raquel, with the journey expected to see me get behind the wheel for the first time in the States in order to see her. But with that plan not happening, it allowed me to relax a bit, calm down, and then eventually head out to check out the city.
I was going to say good morning, but it's like 25 to 6. I slept like all day. But I thought I'd venture out. Didn't happen with Raquel today, clearly. So let's just say I'm not too happy about that. But putting that aside, I've decided to make my way to PPG Paints Arena. This is the home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're currently in the Stanley Cup final. And Game 4 is on tonight. It's actually in Nashville. So I didn't know if there's going to be like a public event here today to watch the game. Doesn't look like there is. So I thought I'd at least come see the stadium, see what's happening around the place, and then just explore the city a little bit tonight. So brief time in Pittsburgh. It's a pointless time in Pittsburgh now, but hey, let's make the most of it and let's see what we can do tonight.
I hung around the arena for a bit before grabbing some food and heading up the Duquesne Incline for some spectacular views of the city. I then went back to my Airbnb for the remainder of the night ahead of the next day and next destination.
Good morning from day 15. And I say morning even though it's like afternoon, and oh my god, I sound terrible. It's like 12:15. I just woke up. And this is really always going to be the plan, I think, today, to just sleep and then check out as late as I can. My flight's not till like 7 o'clock, so I'm not doing anything today. I don't want to drag my bags around and spend money in the city, so I'm going to get up, I'm going to shower, I'm going to Uber to the airport, and I'm just going to chill at the airport all afternoon, so that's how exciting it is. So I thought I'd give you a morning update, what I'm doing, and we'll continue on a very boring day that has become a very pointless time here in Pittsburgh.
With the pointless trip aside, the long day eventually took me to Boston, even though I faced even further delays in getting there, with flights going via New York again, making me have a late arrival well after midnight.
Welcome to Boston. You can tell I'm extremely thrilled to be here right now, just because I'm extremely tired. It is 10 past 2 in the morning, so that is why I'm so tired, and it helps when you get your bag straight away. So I need to go find how to get a ride share, which I believe if I go that way I can do so. I think. We'll find out. So we're telling you about this Airbnb, get to bed in an hour, I'm going to have to be up in like 4 hours to do this tour. So, yay. That's what an airport looks like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Just thought I'd share that with you. So, I think it's raining outside too. Bags wet. Perfect. Keep calm, Ben. You're in Boston. You're in Boston.
I remained calm ahead of my only full day in Beantown, which saw my city tour start nice and early and taken a variety of sites, including Harvard, MIT, as well as a very fancy boat tour. I headed back to my room to relax for the night, not before heading out for some food and wrapping up not only my time in Boston, but also my time in the USA, at least for a few nights.
Semi-decent. Wasn't super delicious, but it wasn't disgusting either. I've got something on my mouth. So it's like 9 o'clock now, and I guess I'm just gonna chill and do my blog and pack and whatever. Like a 7-hour, 8-hour, excuse me, 8-hour drive, I believe, tomorrow to get to this, to get to Montreal. I know where I'm going. But hey, I chose it. I chose the cheap option, and I'm paying for that with my last few choices, so cool. But my last night in the US for 5 nights. Won't be back here till Monday. And I don't know how I'm feeling about that. I am doing everything I can to black out that. And I'm going to be very, very interesting on Monday morning. So I guess we shall see. Why can I not walk? I have no idea why I can't walk. But yeah, so Montreal for the next few nights. I'm going to be staying with Jess for the first 2, then an Airbnb for the second 2. That's backwards why that does that now. Okay. Sure, America. Yeah, so as I was saying, Jess for 2 nights, Airbnb for the next 2. Then we're off to Kansas. Anyway, blocking that out right now. People are probably looking at me wondering why I'm filming, but you know what? I don't give a fuck because I'm in Boston. My last night in Boston feels like I just got here because technically I did. So, yeah. Anyway. So I guess tomorrow morning we will speak to you on the road to Montreal, and then we shall find our way in Canada for a few nights. So thank you, Boston. Thank you, USA, for at least the first 15 or so days. We will see you again very shortly. And until then, I just said goodbye already, and I'm going to say it again. Good night from Boston. Good night from the USA. Bring on Canada.
The next morning did exactly that, as for once I caught a greyhound that wasn't delayed, and ventured north through both New Hampshire and Vermont to the city of Montreal, a place that I had visited on the Brink only 6, and after arriving it was a quick train trip to meet my friend Jess, but not without a quick pit stop along the way.
Hello. We're in the car right now, and I'd like you to meet Jess. That was a really shaky transition, Ben. What's going on, Jess?
I'm driving home right now.
Yeah.
After all the traffic.
Yeah, exactly. We just ran over a Canadian. We didn't like them. Were they French?
No, you like French Canadians.
We do. We totally do. I do, because you add the Canadian part to it and it can kind of like take away the subtleties of the French bit, so we can then automatically like them because you add the Canadian to that part. If it was French, then don't get me started. But
No, not just French. It's French Canadian.
French Canadian.
Very important. Very important.
I was just saying to Jess, I been here for like 5 minutes and I've already had poutine, but not real poutine.
Not real good poutine.
Not real good poutine.
No.
But I went into McDonald's, Macca's, Mickey D's, whatever you want to call it over here, and because it goes like, oh, bonjour, and I'm like, oh, bonjour, English, and she's like, oh, oui, yes. I'm like, you said oui, that's not English, that's French. But then she laughed at me because I didn't speak French, so I'm like, thanks for that. But this is weird being here right now, because the last time I was here it was like white, and now it's
just snowed.
It's not white.
It's green.
It's green because it's nearly summer, and it's for sale.
A lot of condos for sale here.
Just nobody likes to live near you, or what? Well, I don't know.
Because you get a condo and then you start a family, so you want a house or something. I don't know. A condo's like a first kind of.
I remember pulling up here and my shoe got wet because it was just like snowing, and you were all like, "Oh, careful to the footpath." And now look at it. Like, yeah. First world problems, not really. I don't know. Anyway, we'll speak more over the coming days. I just thought I'd do this video. Again, she's like, what the fuck are you recording me for? Like, what's this got to do with anything? That's what happens when you don't watch my films, alright? You don't know what's going on, so you don't know what this is.
I will do better next time.
You better. She better. Alright, let's move on.
Moving on saw us head into the next day, a day of hanging out and relaxing and checking out the sights around Jess's neighbourhood. It also involved arguably the greatest dish of food I had on the entire trip.
Bonjour. I was going to say sup, but I felt not classy. So, this is, say it for me in French.
Grilled cheese poutine.
What she said. It's like poutine, which is like the greatest thing in the world, inside a grilled cheese sandwich with a, I guess we call that a jackery, and sweet potato fries. So I'm going to try this first. That's good. I love poutine so much. It's like one of the best things I always love about Canada when I come here. But this is poutine in a grilled cheese with chicken. Holy mother of Joseph, look at that. That is amazing. Right, let me try this. Be warned, this might be orgasmic. Oh my god. That is so good. I know gay marriage is legal in Canada. Is marrying food legal in Canada? Because
Not yet.
damn it, Justin Trudeau, if you're listening or watching, which clearly you're not, but make it legal, alright? And you'll gain an extra citizen, an Australian citizen. We're much more classy than those Americans, turns out. This is amazing. Alright. I just needed to film that. It's all over my face. I don't care. Just as hungry. So, thank you for watching. Come to Montreal, Canada to eat this. It's the best.
I added to that with some amazing tasting ice cream later, which kept my belly very full for the remainder of the day, checking out some more very Canadian sights on a beautiful Montreal day. The next day was just as beautiful, as our planned early start turned into a late start, as Jess dropped me off at my very hospitable Airbnb before I ventured out to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and the reason for my visit to Montreal this time around, the 2017 Canadian Grand Prix. After lining up for an hour to grab my ticket, I made it just in time to be able to watch Saturday's qualifying.
I don't know if you can actually hear me or not, but this is my seat, this is my view.
111.
Decent. I thought it was going to be in this grandstand, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I'm actually kind of happy that it is. But I got here just in time to watch the end of qualifying. Hamilton got pole, Vettel got second, Bottas third. Not really surprising, to be completely honest. But at least I know where to come tomorrow, because it was a bit of a hike to try and get here. Because you come in from there, and the guy at the ticket booth told me to walk all the way around to like there, and then there was something to come over here, but there wasn't. Because the bridge, you can't see it, it's like behind us, but anyway. So one of the salvers went off. See that driving up there. Anyway, so we'll be back into the race tomorrow. I'm going to try and get here a decent time. I mean, I got my tickets, so that's something. But I think I'm going to head back to the city now and just have some drinks and just relax. And not do a whole lot tonight. It's going to be a long day tomorrow, and then a very early start on Monday. So, and then some fun things begin. Don't even know how I'm feeling about that yet. But hey, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But, yeah, Montreal, Canadian Grand Prix, I'm here, finally. See that salver? See that salver? Yep. That's about it. We'll find another video to do very, very soon. So, au revoir from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the time being, and we'll speak to you very shortly.
I ventured back into the city to meet Jess, where we spent the night downtown soaking up the street festival atmosphere to close out another Montreal evening. The next day was the big one, race day for the Canadian Grand Prix. This time around I was prepared for a long one and made sure I arrived early and in time, where I was witness to one exciting race. As soon as my time had started in Montreal, it was basically time to leave, as I found myself fighting for all the people back to my room before meeting up with Jess for one final night of drinks in the city.
Good evening. Aren't we happy?
Yay!
Life is grand.
It's wonderful.
It's Jess again, everybody.
Me again.
We said yesterday that we thought we might see the end of her, but
I'm back again.
she's back
One more day.
from outer space.
Correcting.
Sure. We just went and had some beverages. Is that how you'd say that in French, or?
Des breuvages.
What she said. And now we're going back to the Airbnb. Well, I'm going back to the Airbnb. It's like 5 to 11. I have to be up at like 2:45. Booked the Uber for about 10 to 4 in the morning to be at the airport at like 4:30. First flight's at like 6:30, but you know, it's technically international because it's technically the USA, so it's technically another country.
You know, 2 hours ahead.
So, fun times. But I've had a very enjoyable time in Montreal. I actually worked it out today that Montreal is the first city in Canada that I've been to more than once. So, just let that compute for a moment.
Wait, what did you say?
Montreal, so everybody, I don't listen. Montreal is the first city I've been to in Canada more than once.
Ooh, that's special.
So every city I've been to in Canada, I've only ever been to once. So yeah, first repeat offender. And I thought Toronto would be that one, but Toronto will be a second time in like 10 days. So
Montreal is all that much better.
there you go. So back to the land of the free, the home of the brave, and what the fuck America says they are. Back to the land of Trump.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
To I'm going to the home of Superman, Kansas.
Okay.
So maybe.
Oh yeah, you're gonna cut me off like this. That's cool.
Montreal road rage.
Yeah, I'm so angry right now. Whoa.
As angry as Jess gets.
Yeah.
But merci for your time. Thank you very much for your hospitality and showing me around and everything else. And I'm sure I'll be back in Montreal again, no doubt, one day. So yeah, that is it for Montreal. Not it for Canada, as we mentioned. Toronto's still to come, but at least for now, it is au revoir, Canada. And it is off to Carlisle, USA tomorrow. Good morning from day 21, I think. Yeah, it's day 21. It is officially 10 minutes to 4 in the morning, and I'm obviously trying not to speak too loudly, given the time of day it is. I pre-booked an Uber, which apparently showing up in about 11 minutes, and we're off to the airport for a long day of travelling. So my first flight's on actually to like 6:30, as we said last night, given that it is international, flying to the US. And it's a good 12 hours of flying today, so given that there's lots of layovers. So anyway, I don't know how I'm feeling. I couldn't tell you how I'm feeling, and that's the scary part. This obviously was never an original planned part of this trip, very last minute, and I guess I don't know how to react to that, so I shall be able to answer that properly in about 12 hours, and even then I don't know how I'll be able to answer it, so I guess we're going to see a very interesting couple of days, and what that will bring with anything within my head, we'll soon find out. So there you go. Let's move this on. We're going to go to New York, and we're going to go to Dallas, and we're going to go to Kansas. So we'll probably talk to you on each of those destinations, at least with some sort of little update along the way. Day 21 is here, and things are about to get interesting.
Interesting was certainly a word to use, as for once there was seemingly no delays as my 12 hours worth of travel took me to Kansas for the very first time. And despite it being a new place of visit, there was a familiar face waiting for me at the airport in Brink Unleashed 5-star Jennifer Fisher. And after a brief drive home, it was time to head out for a quick meal and make it back to her house, well, at least sort of.
It's Monday night in Kansas. Now, can we just straight away, hang on a minute. We got to see the side of her before. Now, remember her from last year.
Shit.
Well, you did remember her. She earlier. We'll quickly tell a story before we introduce the lovely lady to my right over here. But basically, before we went out for dinner, we came back here, and then as we were getting back to Jennifer's house, what happened, Jennifer? Where did we end up?
At the next door neighbours.
Now, because you basically showed up there and you were like trying to use your key.
I was breaking and entering, yes.
Yeah, so basically to the neighbours, if you ever watch this, hi, that was her fault, but you can also blame the Australian because...
I only have one eye, so that's... Oh my God.
All right, we need to introduce a new star to this film. She doesn't want to be on the camera. I'd like to introduce you to Jennifer's lovely mother, Mrs.
Hello.
Fisher. Hello.
Hi.
Now, can we I just want to point out, so You and Jennifer, are you just like involved in some sort of like battles going on here? Do you just like hit each other because of what's going on?
Yes, the other guys look worse than we do.
Right. Okay. So you two just like hitting the town and just like getting into trouble.
What else is there to do in Kansas, right?
I'm finding that out. Apparently, I haven't got a scar. So if I don't leave with a scar, I haven't visited Kansas, right?
We'll give you a Band-Aid to go home.
I feel like I need one. I feel like I'm not fitting in all of a sudden. Now,
Be one of the clubs.
I'm going to talk to you a lot over the next couple of days, both on video and for my podcast.
All right.
Because I've known your daughter probably for a little over a year, and I need to learn more about her childhood. I want embarrassing stories. I want fun stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you like
time to think.
Time to think about it.
Okay.
And I mean like the really juicy stuff. Like she's acting so calm right now. Like nothing can faze me. Like she's
Nothing could be.
You need to think of things that she's going to be like straight away. Like, don't you dare tell that story.
I could have been videotaping the week ahead if you would have given me heads up.
Well,
Hello.
extra footage. We will FedEx some stuff along. I like it.
Yeah, I'll be thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just actually one thing I also need to say. Jennifer did say to me that you might not understand me with my accent.
I love your accent, but yes, if you talk too fast, it's a little bit hard for me.
All right. So, but I want to teach you some Australian slang before I leave.
Yes.
I'm going to test Jennifer's knowledge to see if she even remembers any of the stuff that
I think you already know that
I
question.
do know one.
What's that?
Answer.
Oh, the Barbie?
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, now actually, Jennifer taught you one tonight. What is Macca's?
Oh,
Macca's.
that's not the chocolate cookies.
No.
No. Oh, good guess. Macca's.
Macca's. I said there's a restaurant that people call in Australia Macca's.
Oh, McDonald's!
Yay!
Yes,
There you
yes.
go.
Hello. I don't visit that too often, so I don't forget.
No.
McDonald's,
Well,
yeah.
you open invitation. Every American that and Canadian. I shouldn't forget the Canadians. I don't think I have the authority on behalf of my government, but on behalf of Australia, you are formally invited to my country.
Oh, I'd love to come.
See, like it's on my sleeve. Like, see,
Yes,
it's kangaroo and an emu.
I'll show up at your doorstep.
Please do, please. You're welcome. And make sure don't bring Jennifer with you because she'll show up to the wrong doorstep. She'll show up in New Zealand.
Exactly. I'll be the driver.
she'll end up in New Zealand. I'm sorry, wrong country.
Yeah, I'll be sure to drive. Okay.
Okay, good.
You can't drive to Australia.
Hey, in Kansas you can do anything, all right? That's why you have. Thank you for joining. This is Monday night.
Yeah.
We will talk more throughout the
More
coming
to
days.
come. Okay.
Day 22 was next, and the day was spent on the road travelling around the town of Manhattan, involving eating and Walmart visiting, as well as venturing to the state capital of Topeka. Along the way, there were opportunities for photos, as well as some wine tasting, which went down well. And as the night drew to a close, there was more time to teach, or in the case of one half of them, reteach, how to do a Tim Tam Slam, as well as some recordings and cooking some very interesting cuisine.
Good afternoon. At 5 minutes to 1, and I probably should wait until I don't hold this up so I block certain drivers. But we are on day 23, which sadly means we're at the halfway point. That is crazy. It actually almost feels like I've been here longer though, which is weird, but hey, it is how it rolls. I'm not going to bother putting this on to... I'm holding this back a little bit. Alright, I think we're clear. Good afternoon, Miss Jennifer Fisher.
Hey.
How is it doing today?
Great.
Great?
Yes.
Yes. What are we doing? Where are we off to right now?
Going to get hamburgers.
And then what are we off to? We're going to get some slaughtered meat at Master Creamery, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're going on a walk first.
We're going on a walk. We are walking through the Kansan wilderness to get attacked by what wild animals would we get attacked by in Kansas?
Buffalo.
Buffalo. I had buffalo. Or was it bison? Is there a difference?
No.
I ate one. So
They're good.
should they fear me then, knowing that I've eaten them before?
What?
Never mind. We will see how the day plays out and, yeah, relax and chill and
eat burgers and not get eaten by bison.
This is why you don't do that.
Don't do what?
Well, I said I was going to turn, but I didn't, and I tried to cut my lane.
Right. Anyway, let's end this and we will catch up with each other at some point soon.
Yes.
The walk soon followed, although it didn't last that long due to the extreme heat. The ice cream, however, went down a treat, as did the rest of the night, which involved me partaking in creating an iconic Australian dish for the very first time.
Better thing to do when you're in Kansas, in the middle of, smack bang in the middle of the United States, than actually make one of the most Australian things you can ever eat, and that is lamingtons. I've actually never made individual lamingtons before. I've only ever made lamington cake, and so I thought, well, as a nice little treat to Madam and Mrs. Fisher, is that? I don't know. So we're having a very multicultural evening where we're having Mexican mixed with Australian, and I think you know Moroccan.
Moroccan chicken.
So we are having the continental dinner this evening in Kansas because why would you not? So if you're watching this and have no idea what a lamington is, it is essentially a kind of like a sponge cake which I have made and then chopped up, and then you dip it in chocolate and then you dip it in coconut, as you can see here, and then you
I think this looks fabulous.
let it set. So as you can tell by this one over here, she's incredibly enthralled by the process. And we can show your face if you want to.
I'm recording, sorry.
She's okay, fair
I'm
enough.
not that talented.
But what we'll do, once these are done and set and we've eaten, I will throw the camera back on the fishes and I shall see their reactions to an Australian icon, because that's what you do in Kansas.
All right. Okay, let's do it.
All right, welcome
Who's
back.
gonna film this?
Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Fishes. We have Chloe over here and we have Kim over here. I'm a Kim, K-I-M. I'm apparently Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner, but that's another story. We have Miss Happy Chloe here with a lamington. What's your anticipation of this before you bite into it? Your mum said it. She's already bitten it. She said it was better than I thought it would be.
It is, it's very good.
Often something that comes to me after my Tinder dates. Let's see after
It is very
that.
good.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chloe.
Very good.
Very good.
Is it what you thought it would be, or?
Yeah, because I love coconut.
So, there we go, Australia. This
It is awesome.
how you make a lamington in Kansas, and that's what it looks. Actually, it looks pretty darn good, considering I didn't think I was going to do it too well. So,
Very good.
what do you prefer, Tim Tams or lamingtons?
Lamingtons.
Oh wow,
Tim Tams.
she didn't. Oh okay, well, she didn't even hesitate. So lamingtons. But
Coconut.
so okay, well we need to do is make lamington Tim Tams.
I guess I need to taste one without the chocolate, or without the coconut.
Oh yeah, so we ran out of some coconut, so therefore, yeah. But there we go, Kansas Americans.
Kind of tastes like a haystack.
It tastes like a haystack. Is that enough?
Chocolate chip milk.
Like, so you just eat hay? Like, is that kind of what the fishes grew up
We're
on?
not that hillbilly back.
So like, oh my God, look at this hay.
I like it better without the coconut.
Then you just don't like coconut.
But a haystack is a no-bake chocolate cookie
This really is keeping up with the
With
fishes.
coconut.
with coconut.
I'm just waiting for you to be like, oh my God, Chloe.
This is good. Very good. You did good.
Okay. Well, I should say, actually, I won't say it because I'm going to flip it around in a second because I don't know. Let's cut to something slightly different involving a hideously ugly Australian.
Yeah, you did.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
What's going on? Well, that's yours. Do you want me to eat? Actually, I should really try.
Yeah, to make sure that they're actually like legit.
Yeah. I really don't eat all of it.
Okay, well, I was going to do a little bit because I just flipped it around because we wanted
Wait,
to...
can I have your other one?
Which one?
The one with coconut? Yeah,
You really like it.
do.
Okay, so on behalf of the Australian people, this is a lamington, and I'll give the actual taste test. So we had better than you thought it would be, amazing,
Better than Tim Tams.
better than Tim Tams. This is from an Australian trying an actual Ben Waterworth made lamington. Mmm,
And you thought it was too flat, but it's very
it's actually pretty bloody good.
surprise.
That actually,
You know, I can take them all with you. You should. Move over, Betty Crocker.
that's
It'll be Benny Crocker.
Curtis Stone. Did you say Benny Crocker? Did you honestly just call me Benny Crocker?
Have you heard of Betty Crocker?
I know who Betty Crocker is, but you just call me
Name. You're her.
Benny and the Jets. That's actually really good. I was going to do a video with you though, because I don't know if I'll see you in the morning, will I?
No. Well, no, I get up to go to work.
Oh, do you?
You
Really? You don't just arrive at work? Like in Australia, we wake up and we're at work. We're like, oh my god, we're at
You're
work.
still sleeping. I have to go to work.
Well, you watched me in my sleep. We established that
That's
the other
right.
day.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you told me, what did I say to you before? And you were like, you watch yourself in your sleep tonight, Sunny Jim. We didn't say that, but because I referred to you as.
Slam me something.
I didn't really call you old, but
Yes, you did. You called me old. I am old. But
You're not old,
I'm,
you're young.
I'm fun. I have fun. So
you're
it
young.
doesn't matter how old.
You're young at heart.
That's right.
All right, I'm old. I turned 30 this year,
Yes.
and she's just. Okay, can we just establish something right now to embarrass her? She is beautiful. Her eye looks fine, and look at the photo that we haven't. You can't see because this is a video. Jennifer, stop. You're beautiful. Right. Anyway, we'll see more of her tomorrow. She won't because she's only got one eye.
I just got it.
I just literally gave her like this compliment. I was like, "Oh, you're so
You
beautiful,
just slammed
Jennifer,"
it.
and now she's sitting over there sulking. I think we need to feed more lamingtons. Can I just say thank you for your hospitality? We probably will see them. I think we're getting up early to go for a walk, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe you will see me.
Well, this is a waste of time. You will see this. I just wanted to thank you and be nice and say how amazing of a cook I am. Holy crap!
And he cleans up after himself.
I did. I look like, well, that's not. I mean,
no,
we have made other things.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Mhm.
Well, and the chicken was amazing, so good job. But this is a waste of time because we're going to see you tomorrow. But lamingtons.
Day 24 arrived and it was time to move on to the next destination. And with the flight not to the afternoon, there was just enough time for some more exploring, more eating and drinking, and one last farewell of a certain someone. The day has consisted of Dollar Tree, lunch, Dirty Nancy's.
I had a pirate.
A pirate, Nancy, and she's got a box. That's Jennifer's box. That sounds so inappropriate for Australian. But I'm now at the airport. I'm going. She's kicking me out of her state. She's like, fuck you. Let the hell out of this place. But I've had fun. I have enjoyed the last 3 days. And it was nice to see you again, and it was nice to have you back on this film. So you are now a franchise star of the Brink Unleashed. I know, right? Like, God, we're going to get you into a trilogy. Every 2 films it seems to be. So 5 to 7. So you'll be in the Brink Unleashed 9 when I'm like... I mean, that will be when you're in Australia, let's be honest. You're due to come. Like...
In due time.
In due time. In due course. But, Jennifer, thank you. Appreciate it. And we shall venture forth now to Chicago. Only for an hour. I'm so sad about that. I love Chicago.
Chicago's nice.
I might just miss my flight. I kind of want to do that in New York. But we're going to Atlanta, we're going to see a T-Bird, and we're going to Georgia. So, Mercy Buckets.
There you go.
Let's go forward.
Ford took us to our brief stopover in Chicago before making the flight to Atlanta, where I was picked up by Survivor Africa and Brink Unleashed star and good friend Teresa T-Bird Cooper to set me up for the next 5 nights. After the first of those nights, it was the very first of a relaxed set of days, as I basically did nothing, until venturing out for dinner with T-Bird and her husband Glenn, what would turn out to be one extremely interesting and fun night.
We're on a boat.
T-Bird again. Hello, T-Bird.
Hey, we're the boat!
This is Steph. Hello, Steph.
Okay.
We got Glenn and Kevin in the background right there.
Hello, mate.
G'day, g'day. I want to just point this out right now. Never mind. That came out of nowhere. No, it's fine. He can play it as background music.
What do you say, Ben?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Confession to make to everybody, I actually hate boats, so that's why I'm like kind of like a little bit. But it's an experience. No, a little bit.
I got you covered.
But it seems to be a thing that on these videos that somehow I always find my way on a boat. But it's about experiencing new things, right? That sky's actually really, really nice.
We're moving. I feel like I'm gonna lose this bow.
This is fantastic! I'm gonna do the thing from Titanic! I'm gonna try it now! Come on,
Oh, it's too big. Glad she's brave enough to do that. So where are we actually going?
Don't nobody know!
Okay. This isn't too bad. But, you know, this is what we're doing on day, what are we, 25? I'm still feeling rubbish, but I'm trying to take this into the water and keep safe. I'm like gripping so hard right now. Dad, you'd be proud of me right now that I'm on this boat. So. Anyway, we'll end this. We'll see it later on.
Later on involved heading out for an incredibly southern evening of boat rides and eating, as well as getting up for a bit of karaoke with T-Bird. It was then back to the Carroll residence for the rest of the evening, and really the rest of the time in Atlanta. Given my mindset wasn't exactly the best, the next 3 days were spent on the farm relaxing, reflecting, enjoying some Carroll entertainment, and even some more failed attempts at picking up on Tinder. My time soon came to an end in Atlanta, as I found myself in a car on the way to the airport ahead of my next destination.
Technically still day 28, but I'm calling this day 29 right now just because it's a weird one. It's a weird way to start. Here's T-Bird still.
Hey, and plus day 29 comes after day 28, so it kind of makes sense.
Generally, that's kind of how the numerical system works. I'm guessing it works the same in the US as it does in Australia.
Yes.
So, but the reason why it's kind of slightly, I guess, weird, so to speak, is that it's Monday night, but just for the ease of T-Bird and for kind of just circumstances, I'm actually getting driven to the airport now. It's 9:05 in the evening. My flight's actually not till 6:15 in the morning, but it's just, given that we're about, an hour away from the airport, just kind of how it sort of has to go. So I think I got like maybe a 5-10 minute power nap, and I'll try and crash in the airport, I guess. And
No!
What?
It's not the terminology you use at the airport.
Oh, sorry, sleep.
What?
Sorry.
Take a cat nap.
Take a cat nap.
We just saw about the cat.
And then probably sleep on the plane and go from there. So,
Power nap.
Toronto, as they would say in Canada, they don't pronounce the T.
Toronto?
They say Toronto.
Toronto?
Toronto.
Toronto!
That too. Canadians don't know how to use the word T, apparently, so I don't know why it's not Orono.
Well, obviously they don't know how to spell, because they know how to say it. They just spelt it wrong and put a T in it. That's a no-brainer.
Possibly. That could work.
It just depends on how you're looking at it, right?
It's my weird navigation of the continent of North America that I was in Canada a week ago, came here, then going back there for a day. I wonder if customs are going to ask me about that. Like, why were you in Canada last week and you're back here for a day?
Yeah, I think you're a drug dealer.
What are you trying to do?
You're importing.
Hey, well, look,
You're importing Tim Tams.
It's not like things don't keep going a certain route on this trip. So hey, let's take a day in jail, Canadian jail, for shits and gigs. Why not?
Well, give you something to write about.
If they allow me to. I've heard those Canadian jails are pretty.
Give you something to blog about.
Pretty tough. But it's been a nice few days. I appreciate the time, the company. Obviously, it's been very relaxing. Really, on the grand scheme of things, didn't really do anything, but that's
right.
That's fine. because I guess I'm meant to be on holiday, right? So
Remember you said this time? Last time we did everything I wanted to do.
we did.
We just wanted to relax. Well, you know, what you said.
Well, exactly. I
Do what you say and say what you mean.
got to go on a boat. I got to listen to some music. I
got to have some cookouts. You would have gotten to go fishing, paddle boating, kayaking, and cooking out, but
Blinded
took
by-
alternative plans.
blinded by females again.
Oh, he sure was.
I think the moral of this trip is I think I'm going to turn gay. I think I might get blinded by men.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Perhaps that'll solve several of my issues, right?
Not really, but okay.
I mean, there is
Never
that
touch it through the night.
there is that slight issue of not actually being attracted to men that I'd have to overcome.
Well, you may learn that when you're in that Toronto jail, right? Maybe that'll be your prelude.
Hey, don't drop the soap. Anyway,
I said that.
I did. I said that, not T-Bird. Yeah. So it's been a good couple of days. Thank you. I'm sure I'll be back. I mean, I said that I think as I was departing last year, and I was here within 6 months. So who knows? Plans, all things go the way they are. I'll be back here for Christmas. She doesn't want me to.
What's going for Christmas?
I don't know. Every 6 months, anyway.
Oh, 6. That's right.
Bad joke.
We're already counting down to Christmas.
Bad joke. So thank you, T-Bird. Pleasure. And let's
No, I love you.
let's have some fun for the next however many hours before we get on a plane and head north to Toronto.
Head north I did, with one extremely uncomfortable night in the airport bringing me to a flight that saw me return to Toronto for the first time since the Brink Unleashed 2 took me there in 2010. From there I made it to my Airbnb where I caught up on some much needed sleep and headed downtown for the rest of the day to experience Toronto in my extremely short time in the city.
So I went for the walk, and if you have a look around here, that's the sign that I was looking for. I'd seen other people take plenty of pictures of it before. There's like a thing there apparently where you meant to stand. But yeah, that's the sign that I think everybody kind of comes on here after hunting the place in the map, because the internet reception seems to be quite dodgy here. I don't actually know why, to be honest, but I think this actually in winter you can actually come along here and skate on it, because there's a thing over there saying skates. But this is kind of cool, and it's a nice idea to get the tourists in to get the photos, and it actually changes colours. If you actually look at it, it will change colours along the way. So I'm actually kind of glad that I managed to come along here and see this, because it's something different, I guess. And I guess I've come all this way to see Toronto, a city that I actually really do love, and I have to admit it's made me feel a little bit better getting out of the Airbnb and venturing down here. So yeah, I guess probably now it's 7:15. I mean, I'd like to stay here till it's night time, but it's probably still going to be another hour or so, and I don't really want to wait that long. So I have to get up pretty early tomorrow once again for the to get to the airport. Fleeting little visit, but it's just something about this city. It reminds me a lot of New York in the fact that you get here and you just feel something. You feel different. It's a vibe. I like when you go to a city and you just feel like a cool vibe about it. So I think that if I was to live somewhere in Canada, I'd toss up between here and Calgary. I liked Calgary. I only went there once, but yeah. Anyway, it's a different topic for a different conversation. So hopefully my phone will last. It should last. I don't see why it wouldn't. But this has been Toronto. It's been one fleeting day. It's been an interesting day, as per usual, as they often are. But yeah, let's venture forth. Let's move into day 30, I believe, and let's let's go to Alaska. That shall be some very interesting times indeed. Alaska ho.
While that might have sounded slightly sexist, it was meant to mean that I was then off to Alaska the next day, and what would be another long day of travelling from getting up early to head to the airport, right through to connecting in Vancouver. There was then a long flight up north to the most northern part of the planet I had ever been. The day, however, really wasn't the most exciting, as on arrival in Anchorage it was a bit of a waiting game to be allowed to check into my extremely fancy Airbnb and spend my first night in that city that, well, really didn't have night.
So, I just need to point out that it's like nearly 11 o'clock at night. Nearly 11 o'clock at night, and look at this. That is literally what it is like at 11 o'clock at night. I'm looking very tired right now because Eastern time it's about nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. I've technically been up since like 4:30 in the morning, so I've actually nearly been up for 24 hours. I'm kind of just, it's weird because, like, look, this is legitimately what it is at this time of night. It's, I mean, I knew this was going to happen, but, like, this is just crazy. So, Alaska. It's this late at night and it is this bright. Crazy.
Sleep eventually did come ahead of my first full day in Anchorage, which saw me head downtown to do an Anchorage city tour. The tour took me through various sites in the city, as well as to a few different parks outside the city for some pretty spectacular sights. We even got to see a wild moose, which was pretty cool. After my tour had finished, it was back downtown to try my hand at a reindeer sausage, before relaxing for the rest of the day ahead of what would be a very busy day 32. A day which would start out with another Tinder meeting, although this one would be slightly different, as you'll find out a little later on. After that fun, however, it was a full day of activities, starting with a tour of the Anchorage Museum before my glacier tour took me through the remainder of that Friday. Spectacular sights of the day, it was back into downtown to lose my Hard Rock Cafe virginity before closing out the night and heading into a series of very relaxing days.
Good morning from day 33. It's actually afternoon, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but finally had a sleep in. It's been a long time coming, since like Monday, but hey, who's counting? But today's just lazy. Not doing anything at all today, which is kind of nice. I'm just recording an episode of a podcast. Why not? So, yeah, I'm feeling okay. I don't know how I'm feeling. It's a silly question. But I guess
as of right now. I should probably get up, have a shower. I have to watch this damn movie before I podcast about it, so I've got a few hours before we start, so that's alright. Haven't eaten yet, clearly, but I can survive. Hopefully. But this is a very exciting day in Alaska, so boongity boongity boo. With that video now firmly in your mind, it was a day of exactly what I just said, podcasting and relaxing, and it turned out to be that way for the next 3 days, as my spectacular trip to Alaska basically turned into several days of rest, relaxation, trips to eat burgers, and more recordings. Come day 36, however, it was time to finally leave the house, as my Tinder date, or friend from a few days earlier, Vicky, decided she liked me enough for a second meeting, and that meeting would take me up a mountain to, well, do this.
To Alaska. I'm gonna sit down again because I'm old. Oh, no, I'm joking. So we've made it to the top of halfway point. Yay! Flat top mountain.
Halfway point! Woo!
Give me 5, yeah. So, just want to say, Vicky's a very nice girl. She's very friendly, very polite. She likes to shout cunt to the top of her lungs. We just did that. But she said, let's go for a hike. I'm like, okay, let's go for a hike. That's, why not? I can go for a hike. That's pretty cool. Just to prove how unfit I am. Like, she's in the back of her head going, wow, this Australian, he's unfit.
But I do have to say, this is the highest elevation that we got here.
So we're just specifically, like, keep going up there, is it?
Well, yeah, we keep going all the way up there, but you'd have to look past that mountain to actually see it.
I'm going to take a word for that. But let's spin around here. I mean, that's still pretty darn spectacular, right?
It's where I live. This is my home. That's why I never leave. And then it starts to snow, and I'm like, that's shit.
And then it gets, so if this was like winter, it'd be like pitch black dark, right?
Yes, it would actually, you would not be able to see. Actually, I got lost up here one time.
Oh.
In the dark, and I thought I was going to fucking die. Actually, look, so you can see a little bit of snow over there still.
I saw a bit like coming up here, wasn't there? There was like some.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now, to put into context, it's 8:30, and the sun won't set for like another 3 months. So, it's about that, right? I actually was awake. I was at last night or the night before at like 1:30 in the morning. I looked outside and a little bit dark. But
A little bit. It's not that much though. It's really hard. Blackout curtains really help.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, speaking to my dad today, I think the one thing I said to him, like, I can't wait to go to Hawaii. He's like, why? Just experience night. Can't wait to look up at the sky and be like, it's dark. Yeah. But
It's windy up here today.
It's nice though. I like it.
A little bit rainy. It's windy.
It's windy.
But it's not bad.
It's actually, you know, I was going to wear the shorts and you said like, oh no, don't wear the shorts, Ben. It's cold.
It's cold.
Cold.
I'm right, right?
I mean, it's chilly.
I mean, do you really think you'd be enjoying yourself wearing shorts? You just had to go there.
I'm wearing a shirt underneath it. Come on. I mean, we can keep going. if you
I'm
want to.
from here, and I don't even like wearing shorts in this weather. I got my layers. I got a jacket.
I mean, I feel like I could keep going, but then I think that just, you know.
I don't even remember what I was wearing. Oh, and then like a.
That's the part of the video where you hope she's not wearing anything underneath it, and you're like, bonus! It's like a
Zinga! Bazinga!
nudity. That just escalated quickly.
Oh, does that mean that you'd have to like blur it out or?
We were not talking about this in the car about Australia.
Oh yeah, that's
We could both get naked right now, and all of a sudden it'd just be like PG-13. Show it in prime time. Not really. Maybe in Tasmania. She's thinking about it. Anyway, this is quite spectacular. This is Alaska and all of its beauty. I feel like once you zip yourself up, not the first time I said that to somebody on this trip, I'm going to hand this to you so you can point it at me. So I feel like I need to do one of those spectacular shots like you just did.
pretty great.
Where I'm meant to do this whole like... that way! There we go! Woohoo! See?
Beautiful.
I know, right?
Look at it.
I know, right? And look at the view too. I'm quite beautiful.
I know.
But
you have a lot to offer.
Are beautiful no matter what they say. There you go. I just ticked that off the bucket list. I sang Christina Aguilera on top of a mountain in Alaska. Right? Anyway, we're trying to be fancy. I'm teaching you how to be a filmmaker.
It'd be pretty cool.
right? I get paid lots of money to do this. No. Okay.
Is money everything though? I mean, this is pretty awesome.
Vicky, no. Anyway, do we want to wrap this up with like shouting cunt at the top of our lungs?
Oh yeah.
For the people who are walking down here.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready?
One.
Cut!
You're welcome.
After avoiding arrest, we spent the rest of the night eating, gallivanting and driving before closing out a fun day. The next day was my final full day in the 49th state, a day that was once again spent resting before Vicky decided to make one more appearance to add to the recording bank.
She doesn't.
I feel like, I don't know, probably sleep.
Viewer poll at home. Does she look like dog shit because we're live? Do you believe we're live?
No.
Okay. We just recorded for like an hour.
It was awesome.
We ended up reading 50 Shades of Grey, apparently, which wasn't awesome.
Worst decision. We should have read fucking Into the Wild or something. That would have been a little bit more appropriate for what we're doing. I think we just did what we always do. And
Shall we do it for another hour then?
let's read it. Here we go. Ready? And
Once upon a time in the wild, there was a bear, and it ate someone. They died. The end. Alaska.
Alright.
Did that sum it up?
Or someone got trampled by a moose, you know?
A moose.
A moose.
Is that how you say it?
Moose?
Moose.
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 Well, it's been fun.
It has been lots of fun.
It has been.
Lots.
Again, it's like super bright outside. Well, I mean, it's actually the darkest I think I've seen it.
Yeah. And losing that daylight, it's kind of depressing.
Well, you know, going to Hawaii tomorrow, I actually get to see darkness. Mwah.
Yeah, but you actually get to, like, have sunshine.
I'm going to send you a picture of both. I'm going to be like, hey, look, a sun. And then I'm like, hey, look, the moon.
You better go party with the Islanders.
What else would I be doing there?
I don't know. Go
Okay.
to a luau.
A luau.
Luau.
Luau. You've got...
Hair. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I mean, mine too. But thank you for your hospitality.
Hospitality.
Hospitality, is that what your friend called you?
You know what? I think either he's drunk or he
well.
just can't spell.
Both here. I'm always drunk and I can't spell. Like, there's not been a single occasion I've been with you this whole trip that I haven't been drunk. This is me drunk.
Liar.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Positive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
You're not pissed.
Hey, look at that.
Right?
Can you close it off by giving us like a Rise Up Lights crocodile or...
Oh, yeah. Crocodile? Crocodile?
Crocodile.
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 Yep.
Crocodile.
All right. Well, thank
Rise
you.
Up Lights?
Thank you, Vucky. Vucky.
Vucky V.
Vucky.
Vucky. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Cut.
The final week was here, as I said farewell to Alaska and made my way to the 50th state and my 27th overall, Hawaii. Day 38 was a travel day as I connected to Honolulu via Seattle and even lucked into a first-class ticket on my final flight of the day. My first full day in Hawaii on day 39 was a full one, as I ventured to the Kualoa Ranch, which was the site of many famous films and TV shows such as Jurassic Park, Jurassic World and Lost. My day was filled with a variety of different tours and made for one very spectacular and memorable day.
again. Obviously we've been back at the Airbnb for a little bit now, but it's now time to get some dinner. Not feeling entirely fantastic, to be completely honest with you. Just stuff with Mum. Just missing her a lot today. A lot of this Hawaii stuff I think has brought back stuff that I probably didn't think would. Seeing a lot of the things that I've seen today. But yeah, anyway. But the good news about where I'm staying is that there's a McDonald's not that far from where I'm staying. Yay. We know we love McDonald's. Looks like it's going to rain again. Anyway, I think I'm going the right way. I'll soon find out. But it was a fun day. Besides, I guess, the last couple of hours, how I'm feeling. Besides that, it's been a good day. So let's go get some food, and I think there's a supermarket next door too, so I can actually get a few things to keep me hungry, or keep me not hungry. That makes more sense over the next few days. So it's Honolulu, it's Hawaii, it's Friday. It's my last Friday I will get to experience for another 2 weeks, because Friday next week won't exist for me. I'll be flying home. And actually this time next week, based on the time difference, I think I'll be landing home about right now. So anyway, that's enough for now. Aloha.
As I close off the day with some Maccas, I ventured into another couple of relaxing days, taking some time out by sleeping, chilling, and also visiting a nearby botanical gardens to learn about some Hawaiian plants. I also learned about some decent Hawaiian cuisine before my trip finally saw me out and about again on day 42.
Good morning from day 42. It feels like it's raining again. Just waiting to get picked up by the Uber. We're up and about. Got the city tour and Pearl Harbor tour today, so we'll see how that plays out. And the Uber's about a minute away, so I just thought I would update you in the morning, 8:45, and every single time I walk outside it seems to rain at the moment, so that's Hawaii. So let's make this Monday a fun day.
And a fun day it turned out to be, as I got my chance on a double-decker bus to see downtown Honolulu, as well as parts of Waikiki and Pearl Harbor.
I've been feeling real good, came a long way from misunderstood. Far away from the days where I wouldn't wanna go home, cause I was afraid of the truth. See, I was scared to admit, the feeling was in the back of my head. Cause the point where line no longer works, so you have to stand up for how you wanna live. Tonight is the night, is the night that we're losing control. Tonight is the night, is the night we set it off. Everybody go. Everybody go. And I don't know no better, but as far as I came, it felt like forever. Seconds turn to hours, days turn to months, not a year passed by, but don't feel like much. So if I
As day 42 came to a close, it was then time to head into a very patriotic day 43.
Aloha from a very warm and sunny day 43, and more importantly, happy 4th of July everybody. It is officially Independence Day, and I'm in America on Independence Day. No Bill Pullman, no alien spaceships, just 4th of July. So it's having a very relaxed one at the moment, kind of just chilled around the room, and I'm going to go get some lunch, head back to the room for a bit, and head on down to Waikiki, go to the beach, and then get some dinner, and then gonna watch fireworks and head on home. So that's at least a plan right now, but we'll see if anything changes. I'm going to this barbecue place, and I hope they're open, otherwise it'll look like it's Macca's again. But there's this Hawaiian dish, like it's like a noodle soup, like sami or salmon or something like that. Almost sounds like semen, but I want to try that, and I kind of want a cheeseburger too. But anyway, we'll try this out. July 4, we'll see how we go. Let's go have a very special Independence Day.
A special day it turned out to be, with my lunch going down a treat, as well as the rest of my day at Waikiki. It was spent soaking up the sun, chilling at the beach, and then making my way to the fireworks display, which turned out to be all kinds of incredible.
This is how you July. Go crazy on the fireworks. How you do it. I think, as I said, you're not going to get anything back home, especially back in home. Pretty damn spectacular if you ask me. Like up there. That's why there's a fence here to keep you back from it. That's awesome.
With that awesome display bringing to an end an amazing day 43, it led into my final full day not only Hawaii, but on the entire trip. And just like the latter parts of the trip seemed to be, it ended up being very relaxing with very little to be done. That then meant the only one thing left to do was to leave Hawaii and sadly head home, with one final travel day taking me all the way back to Los Angeles before jetting back to Hobart via Melbourne and conclude another memorable adventure.
Alright, well, I said I'd promise you one more video, and this is going to be one more video. So I'm apparently boarding in like 25 minutes, although there really does appear to be no one on this flight, apparently. There was like another flight, another Qantas flight to Hobart at about 11:30, so it was like an hour beforehand, so you can see the board behind me. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so this is it. This is it. Good Michael Jackson movie. I won't do a video when I get back to Hobart, although I always say that, and then I sometimes end up doing one anyway, but yeah, no, I don't think I will. Just, I don't know how I'm feeling. It'll hit me as soon as I walk into my room when I get home. That's when it always hits me. Or when I get off that plane in Hobart and you drive out of the airport, you see the city and you're driving home, you're just like, yeah. See some Qantas planes behind me if you want to. Yeah, any Qantas. At least I get some food on the plane. That's positive. Anyway, I guess it's been another exciting time. And I guess I said at the end of the last one, not 6.5, but 6, that I didn't know when it was going to happen again. And it happened quite suddenly, so who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this is even less likely to happen anytime again soon. But as always, we can wait and see. But yeah, I think this is about it. This is about enough, and it's about that part of the journey where I do some cheesy narration and you get to watch it over some weird images before we get to a pretty cool montage to close it out. So thank you for your company, thank you for joining me. Has there been a legacy created? I don't know. Allow myself to narrate that towards the end.
Wow, Ben, that's certainly some pressure. Well, let's just say that the answer to that question is currently unanswered. The answer, though, that I can give is one of another spectacular adventure that definitely created a bunch more memories. Not all of those memories might remain good ones, but it certainly gave me some perspective on life that will go a long way into creating the previously mentioned legacy. Just what legacy that is remains to be seen. But in the meantime, it was another adventure that you enjoyed taking with me and brought you something new.
I see the dawn till tomorrow calling. I go where you go, 'cause we belong to something. We belong to something new. In the midst of the midnight hour, you said to me, we are a different kind. Oh, like we've been kissed by a higher power, saying, don't wait until it's gone. 'Cause we belong to something. We belong to something. We belong to we are the ones that will be remembered, singing, this time we can't go home. Oh, like we've been kissed by a higher power, saying, don't wait until it's gone. I tell you if you need 'em, no. Here is where my heart belongs. Silver threads among the gold, and kisses over Babylon. This is more than a heart can bear. Mercy on me. We belong to something. We belong to something. We belong to something new.
Empty spaces, what are we living for?
abandoned places. I guess we know the score. On and on. Does anybody know what we are looking for? Another hero, another mindless crime behind the curtain in the pantomime. Hold the line. Does anybody want to take it anymore? The show must go on. The show must go on. Yeah. Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be flaking, but my smile still stays on. Whatever happens, I leave it all to chance. Another heartache, another failed romance. On and on. Does anybody know what we are living for? I guess I'm learning. I must be warmer now. I'll soon be turning round the corner now. Outside the dawn is breaking, but inside in the dark I'll make it to be free. Show must go on. The show must go on. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be flaking, but my smile still stays on. My soul is painted like the wings of butterflies. Fairy tales of yesterday will grow but never die. I can fly, my friend. The show must go on. Hey, the show must go on. I'll face it with a grin. I'm never giving in. On with the show. I'll top the bill. I'll overkill. I have to find the will to carry on with the show must go.
How old are you
Yeah.
again, Vicky? 14, you mean?
14.
Yeah.
14.
14-year-olds can drive cars in Alaska.
Yeah.
Driving age is
Because
like...
nobody pulls us over. There's no police.
Yeah, fuck,
know,
the,
fuck
fuck
the
the police! Yeah,
Stole my life.
sorry. You know,
And I'm gonna fucking kill you.
well, on that note, I feel like we need to stop this. This is the last time you will have seen me in the Brink Unleashed 7, and we now pass the torch over to our cunt buddy to the left of me here, who will clearly establish a new direction for this film.
Yes.
Coming soon to a theatre near you. You're welcome.